Hello, Chesterfield residents. I'm Tyron Frazier, the Executive Director of Chesterfield Education Foundation. Did you know Chesterfield Education Foundation was founded over 30 years ago to help impact our Chesterfield County Public Schools system? I'm here today with Dr. Doherty, Superintendent of Chesterfield County Public Schools, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been doing over the last couple of years or so. Dr. Doherty, welcome.
Thank you, Tyron. It's glad to be here to talk about the foundation and just the wonderful things that we've been able to do together to get our partners, our community members, and our business associates to contribute to help our young men and women and teachers and colleagues become better at their profession.
Yeah,
that's been exciting.
Absolutely. So it was like almost 2 years ago when we sat down for breakfast to talk about Chesterfield Education Foundation, you coming down, and you were just excited. Whatever you needed to do, you were in for it. And then you gave me a list of about 40 or so priorities that you wanted to implement. And we've been able to do that, which has been great. So I appreciate you and seeing the benefit of the Chesterfield Education Foundation and how it impacts our young people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and what I find interesting is that when we go out to talk to young men and women about their success and about their future, we can point back to things that the foundation's doing to help them.
Yep.
The example would be when we look at our SAT and PSAT opportunities for all students. That's exciting because it's an equitable piece. Mm-hmm. It helps us help our young men and women from their 8th grade year through their 11th grade year going into their senior year, really get a strong point of not only their academic growth, but also career opportunities mm-hmm. that come from the SAT and PSAT exam. And I think it's opened up the door for some people who weren't thinking about going to college, opened up opportunities for people going to different careers. Mm-hmm. And I think it was just a great opportunity for our community to invest into our young people. And I think that's the one thing that you and I talked about when we first met, is how do we get our partners in the community in the region to understand that everything they give us goes into our young people to help them become better, and that we really care about them. I do believe it's an equitable issue, mm-hmm. and I think we've embraced that piece with the foundation. And I think everything that we are looking to do, and anytime we ask for funding, we say, here's where this money is going. And I think we are very accountable. I think the foundation is very accountable for what we do with their funding. Mm-hmm. And I think that's extremely important part, because I think that's integrity, accountability, and honesty, that if you give us $100,000, if you give us $50,000, $10,000, that we will show you where every dime of that money was going, mm-hmm. and to do that. And I think it's very evident that what happened this past year, yep. With the pandemic. And we went out and said, we have an issue that we want to resolve for all of our people. And it was even teachers and students and families with internet access. And the community stepped up and just went out of their way to help us to make sure that every child had either internet access, had mm-hmm. hotspots. Mm-hmm. We had computers for every student, and very proud that we have a system where we have 63,000 students, and we can say that we have offered the assistance to every child in our school system to make sure they could learn virtually, but also they had access to the needs to become a better student.
Yeah, absolutely. And COVID, once it hit, things were moving really quickly, and you made yourself available along with others within the school district to listen and learn to what the community's needs were and our students' needs were. And the foundation responded really quickly to be available to those needs, but also a broader perspective of the needs of the community, especially with food insecurities. And kudos to our team here, Pearl and her team with the Food Nutrition Services, because they were able to be partners with us as we were able to support the Chesterfield Food Bank in ensuring that they had enough supplies and food for families that needed it.
Absolutely. I don't think people realize the volume of need that we had in our school system. And with nutrition team, with Pearl, with our transportation team, help to get the food out. It was truly a team effort by our district staff. And when you think of over 2.2 million students fed through that pandemic time before we started school, and we're continually feeding as we go through this school year for students that are virtual, families that need help. and the federal government has allowed us to continue the summer program in that manner. But the foundation support in helping us, making sure that we had the things that we needed, and the items that we needed to help continue that process were very important. And that's just an issue that we're just not, it's a 7 to 5, learning opportunity, because we actually really are 24/7 when you think about the needs that we have, not only through academics, through assistance, through feeding, supplies for families, the family engagement office things that they're doing with clothing and helping with additional accessories for families in the home. I just think we have, I think, taken education to a new level of helping our families, whatever need they have. And we're not asking questions, we're not blaming anybody. We're saying, how can we help you? What do we have to do? And the stories that I hear from our staff members going to visit homes, to deliver supplies, to deliver technology to homes when families didn't have accessibility to get to them.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. Our community was really responsive, from our foundations, the Robbins Foundation, in pushing out cash awards to families in need that were at critical moments of time in their lives, through other foundations and corporations, but also to our parents and our community overall. We had a huge response for our school supplies as kids were returning back to school, which is key. We wanted to make sure our teachers had what they needed, but also our students had what they needed, even if it was meaning starting the school year in the virtual environment, which we did. So our families really stepped up big to help us push out over $10,000 in school supplies to our schools that needed them the most.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's amazing to see the outcry when a call is made. But I think it also demonstrates that people come to Chesterfield County because of the strong educational environment that is here. We have some unbelievable teachers, our staff members in buildings, our administrators, district staff, people who just continue to go above and beyond the call of duty, because the number one issue for us are children, and it's every child. We're here to support and serve. And I'm not amazed anymore. It's almost an expectation that we put a call out there that someone's going to actually reach out to us and say, I can help you. Because we know that you're going to spend the money wisely. You're going to do it where you're going to be honest with what we're doing. But also we know that it's going to benefit children and families, and sometimes staff members in our system. And I think that is a big benefit that we have in Chesterfield that some communities, most communities around the country do not have.
Right. That
education is a driving force in Chesterfield. And I'm very proud of what we're doing right now. Tough times. With the help of the foundation, we're hybrid, and we're still moving forward. But we are trying to make sure that every child, and our staff's doing a great job of contacting young men and women every day and making sure that we're keeping in contact with the families and what's occurring. And we know it's a difficult time, but I think with the foundation's help, you mentioned Robbins Foundations and the Community Foundation and others who have really just helped us with donations to make sure, okay, we know you have needs, help your families. I think that's been very positive.
Yep, that's good. Well, Dr. Doherty, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us again. If individuals want to help, visit us on our website at cefva.org, or give us a call at 804-639-8772. All contributions are tax deductible. We are a nonprofit organization developed and designed to help Chesterfield County Public Schools. Thank you so much for joining us today.